It almost seems like this is going to become a normal occurrence because this is the time in which I have the ability to come and talk to you guys this way. And maybe it won't always be this way. Maybe this will be temporary. Maybe things will change. Hopefully things will change for the better and not so much for the worse, but that's not entirely on me to decide. I'll continuously try to do all I can in order to make the best of the situation. But I can't control everything. I can't control everybody. Yeah, there's that. Now, I was having a conversation with a good friend earlier today, depending on when I upload this video, but either way, today. I mean, it's late. It's almost midnight. But I was having a conversation, so either today or yesterday, whenever I was having this conversation. And the conversation was focused on us being men and dating at our age, or possibly an older age, after having been married. And not only the experience, but potentially sharing it with others to maybe provide some help, some assistance, some motivation. Amongst other things. You guys know that I make videos, I post videos about what's going on in the news and what's happening, and updates, and most importantly, the financial side, the economic, the monetary side, money, savings, investing, side hustles, passive income, budgeting, building wealth. And we can't gloss over the fact that a divorce is expensive, it's costly, and then depending on other factors, there could be some ongoing costs that will be carried for many years, if not indefinitely. It's just the truth. It's just the truth. Somebody actually told me yesterday, they said, man, I really wish there was a place where I could just go and find somebody who's talking, who's having a conversation. No fancy cameras, no special equipment, just regular people talking, maybe eating, having a meal, maybe laughing it up, enjoying themselves, having a good time. And I think that would be good. I think that would be good because I do feel as though that there's a substantial percentage of people right now who feel alone. They feel as though they have no one to talk to. They feel as though they're doing this, they're out here all on their own. Maybe they got some problems, maybe they got some worries, maybe they got some fears, maybe they got some anxiety, maybe they have some questions. Maybe they're introverts, maybe they're not the most social or most outgoing or most talkative, and are afraid to go out and break the ice and try to develop these relationships from nothing. Now, that was me at one point, but over the years I've changed, I've evolved, I've overcome this, but I did it because I had to. I did it. It's like, I guess a part of me wanted to, but I did it because I had to. And when I say I had to, that meant that in order for me to succeed in the career path that I had chosen, then I had to, that could no longer hinder me and prevent me from literally walking up to a complete stranger and creating a business opportunity from nothing. And this allowed me the ability to earn substantial amounts of income, build a business, build several businesses actually, and we're still doing it to this day. So I know everyone's not necessarily in the same situation. Everyone is, not everybody is at the same. If we were reading a book, we're not all at the same spot. I'm not going to say we're on the same page. I'm just going to say we're not at the same spot. We're not there yet. Some of us are ahead of others. Some of us have just started. But I think if we are all reading the same book, then we definitely have something in common. So I think that what we have created here with the Patreon, for the folks that said, hey, we really like to get to know you better. We really want to meet Kevin. We really want to meet Squirrel Tribe. We really want to meet Michelle. This is where we are completely uncensored, and we let loose, we cut up. We don't have to worry about the platform and the restrictions and the guidelines and the warnings and the strikes and all that other stuff, because we're free to express ourselves in any way we feel we want to. And I think a lot of people really appreciate that, because they say thank you. They say thank you, whether it's specifically and blatantly thank you, or through other comments and messages and communication. It's clear, hey, I'm all alone. I've got no one to talk to. I'm glad you guys are doing this. I'm glad you guys are here. Man, you guys seem so cool. I feel like I really have someone out there who gets me. Thank you for taking us with you, including us with you on these journeys and where you're going, because we don't get out much, or whatever the case may be. Thank you for helping us in ways that we never thought were possible, and improving our lifestyle and improving our relationship, improving our financial situation or position, whatever it may be. Hey, even helping to grow and build and promote and fix and start YouTube channels. It's, something as simple as that, which is something that I do all the time, every day. And to me, it's like second nature, but for others, it's complex and complicated. But for me, it's nothing. And it's one of my many passions that I'm actually fortunate enough to be able to do on a regular basis, that, something that I love and that I enjoy, and make considerable amounts of money from it. Speaking of which, I will be putting together a video of 15 simple side hustles when you need money fast, okay? Stop living paycheck to paycheck and get these going. Now, I did put up a video maybe 2 nights ago, night before, or 3 nights ago, about the 4 side hustles that anybody can do. And these are super important. These are super important because they all build off of each other. But if you do them, you're going to see some serious. If you do everything that I said in the video, so that means you got to watch the full video. But if you do everything that I said in the video, you're going to make money, plain and simple. And each one builds on the other for this exponential compound interest-like return on your investment being time, no money required. And then it becomes passive in this almost immortal state of infinite payment, infinite revenues in perpetuity, just by getting started. But either way, tomorrow is going to be a special day, because tomorrow is Friday. So today is Thursday, tomorrow's Friday. I don't know when I'm going to put this video up, but today is Thursday, tomorrow's Friday. And I don't think we have anything planned specifically. However, Michelle, my wife, is going on a date. So She's got a date. I think it's early mid-morning. And yeah, so there was a video that I put up maybe a couple weeks ago, and in the video I asked you guys about open relationships and these polyamorous relationships and other topics of discussion and conversation that you would be interested in having in great detail on Patreon. And this was dating, this was breaking up, this was sharing bank accounts, this was marriage, this was divorce, open relationships, polyamorous relationships, monogamous relationships, same-sex relationships, multiple partner relationships, all these topics. I was asking you guys, where were your interests? And based on those, we would then have further discussions. So fast forward to tomorrow, Michelle's going on a date. So she's really excited about it. I'm happy for her. And, when it's all said and done, we'll sit down, we'll talk, and share all the details for the folks who are connected with us on Patreon. And maybe this is the start, the beginning of many more as we begin to expand on our happiness together and apart, as well as building new relationships without destroying old relationships. See, that's the thing. And I was talking to my buddy, and he was like, he's a little older than me, but he's like, maybe I could share some information. Maybe I can help folks. Maybe we can have these chats and these conversations on video and upload them about dating after a divorce for men of different ages. He's approaching 50. That's the next milestone that he's going to approach. So for me, it would be approaching 40. But we can have these conversations with all different ages, I think. Because I think for the most part, they're going to be pretty unanimous, okay? Now, depending on who you are and your particular relationship status, I know for some now, 2023, 2020 was actually the most stressful time period because 2020 introduced couples to an intense and severe challenge, and it was not what you think. It was actually them having to spend time together, spend hours and days together at home, side by side on the couch or whatever, without the breakup or the interruption is what I actually call it. I call it interruption. They didn't have the interruption of going to work. They didn't have the interruption of being separated. And then you add in if there were kids involved, and you add that into the relationship. But they were tested by being forced to spend so much time together and realize that during that time period, which was several months, that they were not 100% like fully compatible, right? Although they dated, although they maybe even had kids, or maybe got knocked up and decided to get married, but either way, ultimately ended up getting married. When you remove the interruption, see, we don't have that interruption because we don't have traditional jobs. And it's very funny the way I look at it. It's very interesting, especially at my age, 37, and looking at it from, 38. I'm 38. I think I'm 38 now. So from this age, realizing, hey, you're retired. Both of you are retired. You're living in Florida. you're in almost like a retirement community. Not really, because most of the people we live near around us are not very old. They're actually pretty young. But Florida is typically where most retirees would probably look to relocate to when that time comes. But we're looking at it like, well, you know, we don't have an interruption. So now we have to think, all right, how do we maintain sanity and also, you know, continue to, you know, show our love for one another and have that love nurtured and become even stronger while we are typically together all the time. So that's pretty interesting. You know, I don't think a lot of people are capable of really doing that because they've never had to do that. So, you know, when the return to work scenario came back, it was like, man, I'm ready to go back to work, you know. But I think, you know, 2020, 2021 initiated a lot of separations and divorce proceedings with attorneys and lawyers, a lot of funds, money, bank accounts, businesses, assets, homes, vehicles, boats, vacation homes, all being split up, forcing many people to go out and, you know, alter their lifestyles afterwards, pick up multiple jobs, try to increase their income, start doing side hustles, start doing some gig work or whatever. And then, you know, really start paying attention to their investments, because that's really where it's at. If you're working continuously to get paid for every hour that you work, that's a recipe for disaster almost. Whereas if you can then make a shift where you work, you earn money, you do it, but at the end of the day, the money you earn, you then put out into the world, you put it into, you know, diverse investment vehicles. Remember, diversity, security, and cash flow. You put it into these diverse investment vehicles that will then begin to pay you without you having to do the work, okay? And this is why I'm so against savings accounts, because savings accounts, they don't really save anything. They just put your money in a place while it slowly disappears, because the savings account is never going to pay you any amount of interest, no matter how high yield they say it is, over the rate of inflation. So me personally, I'm looking to get 10% at a minimum, but I prefer 15, 20, 30% or better ROI on the money that I have that's literally sitting idle, that has purpose, it has value, it has utility, it has the ability to do more than just be money. Regardless if money changes to a digital currency after a de-dollarization or whatever it may be, whatever that new currency is, whatever that fiat may be, it can do the same. It can go to work for you versus you having to go to work for it. And it goes to work for you and works for you to bring back more versus you go to work for it to go get it. You see what I'm saying? But either way, depending on your particular situation and your relationship status, even there comes a point in time where maybe, now I know some people, they never wear any indication of being in a relationship no matter what. But then I know others that go and get tattoos. It just depends. It just depends. But I don't think it really matters. I think it comes down to where your heart is, where your head is, and both of you. Or I take that back, both of you or all of you, because it can be more than just two people. Now, I know we can get into some uncharted territory here, and, you know, obviously there's going to be opinions and objections, and I'm okay with that, but there's no need to be rude. But at the same time, you know, let's have conversation and discussion as adults. And by all means, you're welcome to do that with us. Michelle, she actually put up a video today on Patreon that was very telling, and it's gotten a lot of comments and engagement so far. And she's going to put up another one tomorrow after her date. And I don't know exactly what it's going to be, but I know that it's going to have a lot of information, probably, for those who are curious and wondering about, you know, what's happening, what's going on, how do we make this work, and what are we going to do next? What are we going to do next? Speaking of what are we going to do next, I think we're going back out on the boat soon. We're taking out a pontoon boat. So the last time we took out a sailfish center console. Before that, we took out the Zodiac N60, and this time we're going to take out a pontoon boat. But after that, I need to set up, and we got a LFG 22cc. I think it's a 22 footer. So we want to take that out because I heard that it's a whole lot better than the sailfish. So I'm kind of curious on that one. Maybe we'll go fishing too while we take the boat out. But if you guys want to go along with us, then by all means, let me know. We do some sailing, it's not sailing, just some boating adventures. But it's always interesting when you get on the boat, especially out here. Now, maybe not so much Crab Island, because Crab Island's, wide ass open and sitting right there. But sometimes you get back to some of these little nooks, some of these little coves, some of these little cuts. You see some stuff that you ain't really thought you was gonna see. That's all I'm saying. But something about being on the water maybe makes some people feel a certain kind of way. So hey, to each their own. Everybody's going to show and express their love in different ways, and if that's how you do it or where you choose to do it, then who am I to judge? But either way, I think I should get back now. I don't want Michelle to be worrying about me. As I told her, I was just running out real quick, running out real quick. Hey, I've been calling you. You didn't answer. I sent you a message. You didn't reply. You know how these things can get. They don't go down too well usually. Especially late at night. Where were you? Oh, I was just sitting here talking. Oh, really? Then your phone rings and it's a number you ain't got saved, and it's like, who's that? Oh, no, it's nobody, or, it's spam, or maybe they're calling me about renewing my car warranty or something. So I don't want to unnecessarily put myself in that situation. So I'm going to try to avoid that as best possible. And I guess that's just going to be the end of this conversation for us tonight. And looking forward to tomorrow and see what tomorrow brings. Hopefully, Friday is payday. So that's a plus. And I'm not saying for us, because our pay schedule is kind of odd, but for most people, Friday's payday. So hopefully y'all are getting paid. Hopefully y'all are making that money. Hopefully y'all are getting paid in multiple ways and not just relying on one income stream, one income source. And are continuously working on building out more multiple diverse income streams, working towards a passive income system, a passive income lifestyle, where it's not, doing this just to make a bunch of money, just to blow it and spend a bunch of money, but so that you have a solid financial foundation. And depending on whatever relationship you're in or potentially looking to get in, that's not going to be any sort of burden or hindrance. Now, granted, sometimes that can actually be a little challenging if, not all parties involved are at the same financial level or have the same financial goals, visions, and drive. That is something that we should probably talk about next. That's probably something we should talk about next. Or maybe just throw up on Patreon. But either way, again, tomorrow's a big day. I'm excited for Michelle. I'm very happy for her. I think she's excited too. She's looking forward to it, I know. And we'll be back with updates. Until then, you guys take care, be safe, have a great night. Thanks for watching. Please give the video a like if you haven't already. Subscribe to the channel, and I'll see y'all real soon. Bye.